is the headlining out of Andrew's Sora. So, first thing we're going to need to do, and I've already started this because it's just easier. So, first thing I've done is I've just started to pull the material off. So, the material we're going to use is a perforated leather, which I'll show you in a minute. But basically, you just want to be very careful because underneath this, there is a layer of foam. Now, if you don't do this right, you rip that foam off. When you put the leather on, or Alcantara, or whatever material you're using, it's all the same principle. What will happen is, it sort of indents and leaves a bit of a crappy mark. So just be very, very careful when you're pulling this off. Just take your time, do it slowly. So the first thing we'll do is pull off the original material. So the original material is now off. It just leaves you with this foam sort of material. Now, some of it has lifted, but this isn't too much of a problem. This is literally like a sponge. So when we start spraying the adhesive, that will actually bond itself back together. So now what we're going to do is I will get the material out. So the material that Andrew has gone for is the double stitched diamond. And I believe this is the large, as you can see by my hand. That is large. Now, I've got this one in my 1J, but I went with, I think it was either the small or the medium. So this material has come from I Want Fabric. It is an eBay special, and as you can see, it is perforated. So there isn't a lot of stretch in it, but it looks beautiful. Now, this is 5 meters, because obviously we're going to be doing the door cards as well. So there should be plenty of there, but I always say order too much rather than too little, because for obvious reasons. So, as you can tell, width-wise, it's perfect. So, I'll just measure that out. So, I'm just going to stretch that out so it's bang on, roll it out, and then cut it to where I need it to be, because obviously I don't want to be messing around with 5 meters worth of material. So, it's all now cut. I've got plenty of room here, plenty of room on the sides, plenty of room at the back. So, what I've done, and just like everything else, prep is everything. So what I've done is I've picked my center line. So that is my center line there. And then what I've done, I know that this is central. So I've literally just lined up that line. So it's bang on in the middle of the center. And then just basically followed it through. And then just make sure it's symmetrical both sides. Last thing you want to do, stick all this down and then realize it's on the piss. Not good. So what we'll do now is, obviously this being the more intricate side and this not having a lot of stretch, I always start with the basic. So what this does is basically it gives you a solid foundation. So if you work with the big bulk area first, what this means is when that's stuck, you can actually start maneuvering this and pulling it and yanking it and doing what you need to do, because that's already stuck and solid. If you're working with intricate lines, you lose the flow of the pattern. So I always start with the bulk first. So this is the adhesive that I use. Again, it's an eBay special, but this has never done me wrong. On all the cars I've ever used, I always use this stuff. You put a thin layer on the material, you put a thin layer on the actual headliner, leave it a couple of seconds and then compress it. see it's all on now. Obviously you can see a few creases, but that's where basically he's gone for the larger diamond stitch, the perforation. It's just creases in the actual material itself. So there's not really much I can do with that. Once it's in the car and it's heated up over a couple of days, that will level itself out. So I'm not too fussed about that. So obviously this is a bit of an eyesore. So the only way that you can actually get this leather to form is to actually staple it. So obviously the sun visors go over here and in these ridges anyway. And then you've got another one here. And then obviously sun visor here. But you can get these special trims. And basically what you do is you glue it in like that. And it's got like you can get blue, orange, whatever sort of stitching you want. And I'll just literally glue it in like that. So it looks like it's actually stitched in. Because that is the only way you're actually going to get that leather to form the way you want it. So basically now I've just got to go on the other side and just clip all of them in, because obviously it's going to hit the roof. So that is the bulk of that done. So now we've got to do the horrible bit. And the horrible bit is flipping it over and doing all the corners. Now what I do is always start from the back. So I'll just cut slots and then stick them over. So I'll cut them and then show you. So what I've done is obviously I've trimmed it a lot. Then I'll just cut that edge there. And then where these clips are, I'll just cut a ridge so that they slit. And then obviously that will be your bulk where it will fold over. Again, cut that so you're not going over the clips. Again there, and then basically just fold it over. So I'll spray that now, roll it over, and then show you the results. So that's what I mean, you just fold it over, obviously push it forward as well, just so you get a nice finish there, roll it over, and then very soon that will all be clean. And then when we flip it all over, that'll be a nice clean edge. So again, that's what we're gonna have to do with this side. So obviously I will cut and shape that, because we've got a trim clip that comes through the middle. So I'll fold that over. I won't fold that over because obviously we won't be able to get the clip through, and you won't see it because there's a trim that goes along here anyway. So be careful where you make your incisions and your cuts and stuff, because obviously you need to make sure that you still be able to get it in without interfering, etc., etc. So I'll probably do a cut here and a cut here because of that bend. Then I'll do that as one piece, shape that as one piece, shape that as one piece, shape that, then up to about there, and probably another one here. So that is pretty much it all done now. Obviously you need to make sure that you cut all the holes out properly. Just, you know, make sure that they're all sort of done right and nice, and you haven't got any excess done or stuff like that. So obviously we can just trim these back, but what I'll do is I'll just cut a slot into all of these so that they'll fit in. That won't be a problem because that will push in anyway. And then obviously we've got some inserts here for, there they are, for where the sun visor clips go in. So I'm just going to get a knife and put a slot in that. And then that's pretty much it. So that is how to retrim a roof lining. And if I say so myself, that has come out pretty darn good. And as you can see, it is still bang on the mark. So it is perfectly symmetrical. So I'm happy with that. So fingers crossed Andrew's happy with that. I'm sure he will be. But yeah, so now we shall put that in, but that'll be for another video. But yeah. So thank you very much for watching. If you found that useful, then please put a comment in the section below. Obviously comments are pushing the channel a lot, so really do appreciate all the comments. If you've got any questions again, then please feel free to comment and I will answer as many as I possibly can. Thank you very much for watching, really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, then obviously press the buttons because that massively helps me out. But yeah, hopefully the next video will either be the door cards. I'll do another video on that, and I have got a little story about the blue one. It might be going, but it's not been confirmed yet, so we're not 100% sure. But we might be swapping for a bit of an animal, but we'll see. You never know until the deal is done. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to press the buttons.